It took me forever, but I finally finished it. This is a thick novel, okay? And it was everything I wanted it to be and more. And more. Oh, that made me uncomfortable. Don't do that again. This is a standalone novel in the world of Alagasia. However, you definitely can't read it before you read the Inheritance Cycle series. So if you haven't read the Inheritance Cycle series, which is 4 books, Eragon, Eldest, Brazinger, and Inheritance. If you haven't read those novels, you need to read those before you read this, or this won't make a lick of sense. The Inheritance Cycle series is one of my favorite series of all time. I picked up Eragon, and it was the first novel I ever picked up, and then it just jump-started my love of reading. I've been reading ever since. So this series is near and dear to my heart. I was so nervous about this book because I didn't want it to be something where it's like just a money grab, where we're returning to this world and the author just wants to make a couple more bucks. It's not. This was so good. And we got so many different plot points in here. So many things were wrapped up. Things were explained a little bit better, but also we get like post-revolution, post-war, what's going on, the sentiments towards Murtagh, the sentiments towards Eragon and Arya, and after everything that happens in the Inheritance Cycle series. This was just such a beautiful and wonderful addition to the series. And keep in mind, I'm a romance girly. I read mostly romance, fantasy romance. There has to be a romance subplot. There's nothing. Well, there's a little bit of something. There's a little bit of something in here for Murtagh, but it's not even, I would really consider it like a massive subplot. That being said, I was absolutely enthralled by this novel. I was never bored, not a single time. And normally, if there's no romance, I'm totally out. I was all in on this novel. The writing is so good. The plot points, the character development, the more you learn about Murtagh, the more you just like feel for him because he is so unlucky. He is so unlucky and he's been through so much, and yet he's always cast as the villain, and he's not. He's trying so hard to not be the villain, to redeem himself, even though he was just put in some really shitty situations and had to make the best of it. And he's trying his best to redeem himself in the eyes of the public. And he just, poor guy, can't. No matter what happens, he tries to do something good, and he does do so many good things. And it always looks awful. So anyway, I loved this novel wholeheartedly, 5 stars. And I just want to read you a snippet from the acknowledgements because there's more to come. So Paolini writes at the end, he writes, first of all, although Murtagh acts as a standalone entry into this world, you will have no doubt noticed that certain storylines are far from concluded. True. This is on purpose, and although I can't reveal my exact plans at the moment, rest assured I have much more to write in and around Alagasia. Are you kidding me? We're getting more, probably in like 10 to 12 years, because this took 12 years to come out, but we're getting more. And I would also like to acknowledge that this is like a true fantasy novel, only because we have a map, we also get a glossary, and an addendum at the back. It has a glossary and a pronunciation guide. This is what I am talking about. Publishers, please take notes. If you are a fan of this, like I am, read it.